na hinaharap. Joe, welcome to ASPN and Happy New Year to you.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, Patsy.
And Ricky, kasama ko si Ricky.
Good morning po.
Joe?
Kaya magandang umaga po.
Ayan. Okay, Joe. Siyempre, napatawag kami sa iyo dahil bagong taon na bagong taon. Bago rin ang sasalubong sa amin na taas presyo sa Meralco. Ano nangyari? Bakit po magtataas po itong buwan, yung Pabrero, ang singil ng Meralco po sa atin, sa mga customers?
Unang-una, Patsy, thank you for the opportunity to explain.
Okay.
Ang maalala ng ating mga viewers, mga tagapanood sa ASPN, noong December and last month, nag-announce ako ng 2 months of successive reductions.
Correct.
Bumaba yung presyo ng kuryente. But this time around, nagkaroon ng increase kasi itong transmission charge ng NGCP. And itong main driver na ito ang nag-cause ng increase for this month. Bukod dyan, nagkaroon din ng bagong rate yung para sa missionary electrification, na sinisingil naman sa lahat ng customers nationwide sa buong bansa para dun sa mga areas off-grid. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga hindi naaabot yung main grid ng bayan, ng bansa. So ito yung mga maliliit na mga isla at yung iba pang mga lugar na hindi accessible dun sa regular grid. So itong dalawang factors na ito ang nag-drive dun sa 22 centavos increase for the month. Although yung charge ng generation, ito yung binibili natin kuryente mula sa mga suppliers ay bumaba. At kahit paano, naiksan yung increase dahil sa transmission charge at yung sa missionary electrification.
Okay. So, sir, good morning, no? Pero parang taon-taon po, lagi natin sinasabi, it's because of the pass-through charges nga. Kung lagi pong ganito, won't you consider this a recurring problem na kung paulit-ulit nga po, nasaan po ba talaga yung problema? Is it the power supply? Is it the pricing system?
Hindi naman, no. Well, it's not a recurring problem for the simple fact that prices either go up or down. Hindi naman ho talaga kasi pwedeng tuloy-tuloy na every month bababa. So there are factors in play. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, depending on several factors that come into play. Hindi sustainable yung tuloy-tuloy na pagbaba that is going to be highly unusual. Neither is it sustainable na laging tumataas. So, and the movements are normally hindi naman masyadong abrupt. Like in this case, it's a 22 centavos increase. Itong past 2 months, it was yung reduction was higher than 22 centavos combined. So, ganito lang ho talaga ang movement ng electricity. We're now at 13 pesos per kilowatt hour. We used to be around 12 pesos something. So, gano'n lang naman yung spacing ng movement nila. So, I don't consider it a problem. It's really how the prices of electricity move. Ang daming factors, transmission, taxes, generation cost. Ito ang huli, yung subsidy sa missionary electrification. So, maraming interplay of factors po.
Okay, sir. Kasi for me, na isang ordinary mamayan, sinabi ko nga kay Pat P, na medyo napaka-technical para sa akin ito ng mga computation. Halimbawa po, para sa aming mga ordinaryong mamamayan, do we have the capacity or the capability to audit po yung computation nga nitong mga pass-through charges? Kasi for me, this is very technical. Paano ko po halimbawa, isa akong tao nga na gusto kong makita saan ba talaga napupunta yung pera ko. How do I compute? Paano ko po i-audit?
Well, it's in the bill.
It's in the bill.
All of the information is stated in the bill. Kung ano yung generation. Nakalatag po yan, ma'am. Tingnan niyo lang yung bill ninyo.
Yeah,
So it's there. What the cost of the generation is. It's what we pay suppliers. Ano po yung distribution. Yun lang po ang napupunta sa Meralco.
Yes.
The rest, we just pay to the entities in charge of the supply chain involved. This transmission goes to the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines. taxes, makikita niyo po yun, goes to government. And then there are subsidies also that come into play. Like itong huling announcement, subsidies to the first 50 kilowatt-hour users. Ito yung mga kababayan natin nasa 4Ps na mahihirap, is na 100% subsidized.
Oo.
So iba-iba ho yan eh. It's just a matter of us being educated. Ako ang aking laging sinasabi, kahit nung 10 taon na yata akong ini-interview ni Patty, we just really need to understand. We just need to understand our consumption.
Correct.
It is also within our control kung paano natin consume ito. Meralco and the other distribution utilities and electric cooperatives is a highly regulated entity. Hindi naman ho kami pwede maglagay ng anong halaga dyan ng hindi po dadaan sa oversight ng Energy Regulatory Commission. So ako, I'm an advocate of consumer education. And even I, as a consumer, ano man ho yung bibili ko, whether it's groceries, gasoline, electricity, water, inaaral ko po yan.
Oo. Kasi ito, John, no, sinabi ko kanina nga sa ating mga manunod, mga tagapakinig, ilabas nila yung kanilang electric bill para po tutulungan mo kami para nga intindihin. Ako, dinala ko nga yung aking electric bill. So, unang-una dito, how your bill was computed, yung syempre, yung pinakamataas yung generation charge, 54.32%. So, yung generation charge, ito po ay ang galing sa mga power plant. Ito po yung kuryente na ikaw nga magkwento ano yung generation charge para lang
Well, there are three main components kasi Patty of electricity bill, no? Generation, transmission, and distribution. Ito yung mga planta na nagpo-produce ng kuryente. So, Meralco, and just like all the other private distribution utilities and electric cooperatives, we don't have our own power plant. We have to buy from various suppliers. So yan po yung cost. Yan yung chart ng cost kasi sila ho yung nagpo-produce ng kuryente, and it's really primarily expensive to produce electricity, considering of course the several cost components that are there, particularly fuel, which is very dependent on foreign exchange. So kung kamukha ngayon, medyo itong past few months, humihina yung pera natin.
Correct.
So that impacts on the operations of these power plants. Now, para yan saluhin ng mga distribution utilities at electric co-ops sa buong Pilipinas, dadaan yan sa isang national grid system, which is the transmission system operated by the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines. Yan naman po yung transmission cost. And may percentage din po yan. And then,
7.95.
Yeah, almost 8, no? That fluctuates eh.
Yeah.
And then finally, distribution, that is what goes to the various. Well, in the case of Meralco, that's what goes to Meralco. Yan lang po yung bill component. That hasn't changed over 10 years, no?
19.26.
Remained stagnant as far as Meralco is concerned for 10 years. For more than 10 years, actually, since 2015. And that's the only cost component that goes to Meralco. And then the others are taxes,
yes,
no? And then the other charges. So yan po yung presyuhan sa kuryente. Unlike gasoline, when you buy it, nakikita mo lang yung amount per liter eh. But you don't see it.
The breakdown.
Hindi mo naman makikita ano yung what cost components are when you pump fuel into your car. But in terms of electricity, under kasi nung EPIRA, yung Electricity Power Industry Reform Act of 2001, all the distribution utilities are mandated to unbundle the bill.
Correct.
Ang lagi ko ang sinasabi, we only get around over 20% of the cost, but we get 100% of the questions.
Correct. Kasi I was going to ask Ren Joe.
Ganun talaga. That's how it is. So
that's how it is.
I think I've been trying to really explain and tell consumers na there is also something we can do in terms of consumption. lalo na papasok na itong summer.
Summer.
Galing ko na yung discussion sa summer.
Oo.
Expect na ho natin, tataas ang bills primarily because of consumption.
Consumption, oo.
Plus, there is pressure for prices to go higher
Oo.
pagpasok ng summer.
Oo. So Joe, ito nga, sabi nga rin namin, no, kasi ang aming question of the day, ano mga tipid tips ang pwede nilang i-share? Sabi mo kanina nga, you're an advocate for consumer education. So ano naman, being the spokesperson of Meralco, papalapit na ang summer, isang hatching na lang, summer na, ano mga pwede nating gawin? Do you subscribe yung yung pagbili ng prepaid na kuryente? Is that something na talagang nagiging popular na ba yan para makapagtipid?
Well, sa ngayon, pati hindi pa ito naka-roll out sa lahat ng areas, no? Select areas
Select
pa lang
areas
ito.
pa rin.
Pero ako, ang sa akin, as a practical tip,
Oo.
ang isa sa pinakamalakas na kumonsumo pag summer aircon. Oo, so kailangan yung aircon natin nasa maayos na kondisyon, malinis, maganda yung andar, maayos yung andar.
Oo.
Kasi that really consumes a lot of energy.
Maski
hindi ka
na
naman
inverter?
pwedeng-
Maski na inverter?
Well, inverter will help,
Oo.
of course. Pero ang duration, ang appliances kasi, lalo ang aircon patky, ang nagdadrive dyan, yung length of use.
Oo. Papatagal syempre oras-oras.
The more you use it,
Oo.
the higher your bill will be because the higher your consumption will be.
Oo.
Nagkaroon nga ng parang hack dati, sabi nila, inverter yan, itakbo na 24 hours only to find out, tumaas yung bill niya.
Eh, syempre
Of
naman
course,
yung
the
ginamit
long-term
24
inverter
hours
compared
lang.
to the conventional air conditioner, mas matipid yan. Pero huwag mo naman gamitin ng 24 hours kasi tatakbo kuryente
Pa
talaga.
rin. Oo.
So it's a matter of usage. But then again, sabi nga nila, Joe, ang dali naman sabihin na sipirin yung gamit
Aircon.
ng aircon.
Oo.
Well, it's really a choice.
Oo.
Ang sinasabi namin, gamitin ninyo yung aircon, but perhaps 25 degrees. Hindi ganun kalamig,
Oo.
pero hindi na mainit, pero matipid sa usage.
Mainit yung 25 degrees, nag-aircon ka pa.
Oo, para sa... Pero Joe, itong ma-assure mo ba kami, kasi sabi ko nga, okay na, sa mga iba, okay na, kasi madali magtipid ng kuryente, kesa sa wala kang kuryente at all.
Ay, oo.
Di ba? At least,
Oo.
pwede mong pwede mong itansya-tansya na lang. Can you assure us na come summer, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng mga brown out?
Well, that's a very good point. Ang ganda ng tanong mo, Patty, because I think meron ng mga agam-agam. There were instances in the past, di ba, medyo meron tayong problema sa
Kuryente.
supply. Pero
Oo, sa supply.
awa ng Diyos, itong mga nagdaang taon na itawid naman natin. As far as Meralco is concerned, yun yung inuuna namin talaga pagka dating na summer months. We make sure our supply is adequate. We have enough in terms of what we can distribute to our consumers. Kasi importante pag ginamit ng customer namin, may kuryente sila sa
Oo.
bahay. Pinakamahirap sa lahat yung wala kang
Kuryente. Wala kang
servicio
choice.
ng kuryente, lalo
Oo.
summer.
Oo.
So, we covered our requirements kasi na-measure naman natin namin kung ano yung kailangan namin requirements also out summer. We have adequate capacity. Wag lang siguro magkakaroon ng problema yung
Mga power plants.
grid natin, yung Luzon grid,
Oo.
where we operate. But we work closely with government, particularly with DOE, in ensuring that we will have enough. Tapos meron din kami yung tinatawag na interruptible load program. We work with the big ticket customers, yung
Yeah.
mga residential, commercial,
Oo.
and industrial customers namin na may scheme in place in case may karoon ng konting concern
Shortage, oo.
sa supply. And rest assured, we're working 24/7 to
Oo.
produce ask our generators to produce electricity. coordinate with the NGCP to transmit it, and kami naman to distribute it properly to our residential, commercial, and industrial customers.
Correct. Oo.
Sa akin po, sir, siguro para po, sige, before we let you go din, para po sa mga BSM, ang tawag po ni Patpi dyan, BSM, mga bobo samat, na ayaw na mag-compute, magkano ba tong 22 cents, etc. Siguro po, bigyan po natin ng mukha itong napipintong pagtaas nga ng ating kuryente. No? Halimbawa po, ang isang pamilyang Pilipino kumukonsumo po, halimbawa ng 1,000 kada buwan. Magkano po yung ine-expect po namin o nila na kumbaga magiging bill
Karagdagan.
po nila by next month kung ganito nga po yung computation po natin ngayon. Para lang po makapaghanda,
Siguro
kumbaga.
kung 1,000, kunyari ang bill niya nasa 1,000, siguro nasa rough estimate lang po ito. Siguro per kilowatt hours yung sasabihin ko. Kung 200 kilowatt hour usage mo, siguro kung ang ano niyan, mga little over
45.
2,000 pesos,
Oo.
nasa 45 pesos. Kung 300 kilowatt hour user ka naman, medyo mataas na yung consumption niyan, yung bill mo siguro niya nasa 3,000 to 3,500.
okay.
Hindi ko lang ma-eksakto. No? Mga nasa 67 pesos.
Oo.
Yun lang po yung
Ngayon, kung
inaasang pagtaas.
500 kilowatt hour user ka, ito na yung halos ang bill mo, napakalaki na siguro, nasa 6,000 na yan. No?
Oo.
Siguro mga 100 to 111 pesos.
Ayan. Okay, sige. So, basta Joe, ha, I'm sure pagdating ng summer, babalik ka sa amin dahil marami magrereklamo tungkol sa kanilang electric bill. So, pasensya na lang, pero yun na nga, kailangan natin nga ng education. Oo.
Kaya nga, Patsy, nagpapaalala na ako this early, make sure yung mga appliances natin are in good working order.
Correct.
Yung pong lalo air conditioning units, doon lang ako magpo-focus muna. Yung mga aircon po,
Oo.
let's make sure maayos.
O, yun.
Maraming
Okay.
salamat sa iyo, Patsy, Ricky.
Thank
for the
you.
opportunity. Thank
Ayan
you.
po, si Ginoong Joe Zaldariaga mula po sa Meralco. At ang oras, alas 9:27 na po ng umaga. Sa aming pagbabalik, makakausap naman po natin